you ever do something when you're like out alone and you feel like you deserve some sort of credit and you did good and you feel like you deserve something out of it? Like I do shit like that on the regular, you know? Like I'm constantly doing cool shit like that all the time. But I never tell anyone about that because that's not my style. Okay, I don't like to give myself credit. I like others to give me credit. All right? That's just how I go about things. I don't know about you guys. You guys might like fucking parade yourselves around like you're some type of hero. That's not me. I'm a little bit more humble. Bitch, be humble. That's me. Kendrick Lamar. Okay? So I'm a little bit more humbler than you guys. All right? I'm a little humbler. But the other day I did something that I have to talk about it. Okay? I deserve like a standing ovation, a round of applause. I'm taking I took like 30 steps in the right direction. I'm way further ahead in life now than I thought I'd ever be, you know? And what I did was, I'm not going to call myself a hero. I'm not going to say I'm an icon, but I recently stopped checking out MILFs when they're with their kids. Take your time. I know. Applause break. Totally cool. I'm a feminist icon, okay? I'm a feminist icon. And you guys are probably parading me around like I'm some sort of hero, and that's your decision, and I respect that decision, okay? Because, guys, I don't have it in me anymore. I used to check out fucking MILFs with their kids all the time. I didn't care that their kids were there. I didn't even give a shit. I didn't care what that kid thought. The kid was probably like, Mom, why is that guy staring at you all the time? It's like, shut up, kid. Mind your own business. All right? You're breastfeeding. I'm about to be breastfeeding. That's daddy's milk now. All right? All right? I'm coming in on your stock. All right? You're going to go hungry. You're going to go to sleep hungry a couple nights because of me. All right? You're going to have to deal with that. All right? Like, I don't care if you're with, if she had 2 kids, one on each hand, just walking around. I'm checking her out. All right? I was checking out MILFs that way. I didn't care if she was pushing around a fresh baby in a carriage, fresh out the vagina, you know, still that new baby smell, which what is a new baby smell? If it's not just vagina, you know? But anyway, story for a different time. I had an epiphany the other day. I was checking out a MILF and she was just like talking to her innocent kid. And I was just looking at her and I was like, this doesn't feel right. Time to make a change. Time to stand up for what is right. So I turned my head, you know? I turned my head down and I stopped looking and I just kept on my journey. I just kept walking. And I felt good. It made me feel good, honestly. Selfishly, I kept it like there were MILFs everywhere. There's MILFs all over this town. I kept seeing MILF after MILF with their kid and I was just like ducking them and like, whatever that word is that I can't think of right now. I was ignoring them and like, it was crazy and it made me feel good. Because then I got to reward myself when all those moms dropped their kids off at summer camp and then they were available to look at. Then I got a little treat, you know? Then I got to treat myself. It's like, hey, what's up, MILF? MILF, MILF, MILF. Nice. No kids? Means you're technically back on the market. What's up, dude? I don't care if you got a ring on that finger. I'm gonna check you out. I'm a dog. But still applaud me for not checking out MILFs with their kids. Because that's just like I'm breaking through a glass ceiling for men. And I hopefully men will follow in my footsteps here. Because, again, dude, like, you can't change the past, but I wish I could. You know, if I could go back in time, I'd say, hey, kid. Like, even when I was a little kid, I started checking out MILFs when I was like 13. Checking out my friends' moms. Seeing how they were looking. All right, it's years of addiction, checking out MILFs. All right, ladies? All right, I know you probably think I'm a disgusting pig, but guess what? It's hard to break a habit that you started when you were 13. All right? So I started checking out my friends' moms when I was 13. All right? So I can't just like break that habit overnight. It took me fucking however long that is. 20 years, 19 years to get over that. I think. I'm not a mathematician. But yeah, it started at a young age, man. Just checking out MILFs. I loved them. Took to Google. Big boob MILFs. When my parents were gone away at dinner or whatever. MILFs, big boobs. Very cool stuff would come up. And yeah, man, I wish I could just go back and shake that kid and say, hey, man, just make sure they're not with their kids. Most of the times they would be with their kids who were my friends, and I'd be in the backseat of their car, and I'd just be looking in the rear view mirror and just like down at them. Whatever, that's a story for another time. But the addiction grew over time, and I didn't care if they were with their kids. But now that I'm a feminist icon, my eyes go from, if I see a MILF, I recognize that she's a MILF, eyes dart down. MILF, dart down. If she's with her kids. MILF, kids, dart down. MILF, no kids, dart up. MILF, kids, dart down. MILF, no kids, dart up. You know what I mean? So that's just where I'm at in life, and I'm very happy for myself, honestly. Like I said before, I don't give myself much credit, but today I'm giving myself a little credit. All right, a little extra credit. Okay? Because it gets to a point in life where, like, you gotta grow up. And growing up means you have to stop checking out MILFs when they're with their kids. All right, do it when they're not with their kids. That's more appropriate. A MILF with an empty stroller? That's sick. That's cool. Because also there's a little mystery there. If you see a MILF with an empty stroller, like, what happened to your baby? I mean, there's an obvious answer that she probably dropped it off at daycare and now she's just walking her stroller back. But it's like, what if she just ditched it? What if she's looking for a man like me? What if she just left that baby in the woods? She's on the prowl. She left her husband. She's mid-journey away from her husband. You know what I mean? She's like escaping from her husband. She just like, I'm going to take the baby for a walk, ditches it in a forest. And then she runs into me. Then we run away together. All right? And she's only had the one kid, so she's not too damaged. You know? And she's still young. She's like my age. Which is weird calling a girl my age a MILF. Because they're just chicks my age that I graduated high school with that have kids now. But this MILF that I'm talking about is like probably like, she's a late bloomer. She's probably like 38, so she's a little older than me, thus making her a MILF to me, and that thus making her hotter to me. So we run away together, and then she gets pregnant, and then rinse and repeat, she does the same thing to me. She's like, James, I'm going to go take our baby for a walk, and then she ditches it and finds another young gun like me. She just does this. It's kind of her thing. She moves from town to town, getting pregnant by young studs like myself, having kids, and then ditching it in forests and leaving the husband for a young stud. It's her game, you know? Teach their own, but I guess she's a lady. She could do it. She gets away with it. We'll have to go digging in a forest looking for our child. For my child. I said, I combined my and or. That's cool. My child. Yeah, dude. But let this be a lesson, man. If you're out there bird dogging chicks, make sure they don't have their kids with them. Be a stand-up guy. All right? Cool. I don't get why, like, have you guys seen, like, speaking of moms and MILFs and hot babes, have you guys seen, like, the moms that, like, have nannies when they're still around? Like, I've seen a plethora of moms who, like, have their nanny with them. When they're like, they're taking the kids to the playground, they just have the nanny playing with the kids while they sit on a park bench on their phone. Hey, you're not a mom. What are we talking about? Like, you're not even a MILF anymore. You're just a hot babe. You've lost MILF privileges. All right? You're not even paying attention to your kids. It's like if a MILF is at a park and her nanny's watching the kids, then I could check out that MILF. That makes sense to me. But, dude, what are we doing? Like, I guess some of these chicks, like, they just really just fell into that trap of find a guy, fall in love, get married, have kids, and then they're like, what do I do with my life now? And then they're just on TikTok, scrolling away, looking at like recipes and shit. Because they don't give a shit about their kids. They never wanted them in the first place. They wanted to party hard for a few more years, and they never got to do that. Because they fell in love with who they thought was Prince Charming, but he's staying at the office late, okay? And all she has to do is like fucking hang around her kids, who she doesn't even fucking like, because they're not even real people yet. They're like 3 and 5 years old. She can't relate to these fucking kids. They don't like what she likes. They can't watch Chopped on the Food Network. You know what I mean? Shout out Chopped, by the way. But yeah, dude, like, it actually is kind of sad that these moms hire these nannies just to take care of their kids when the moms have nothing to do. And I'm not saying like women don't work. All right, I'm sure dads do this as well. I'm sure there's some dumbass dads out there who like are stay-at-home dads and hire nannies to take care. This is only the rich people, and we can make fun of the rich. Just fuck them, right? I don't like the rich. Tax them. I don't care. Don't you? Why do the rich have to be taxed? I don't know, cause you're rich. Cause you're rich. Shut up. Who cares? Fucking got people living on the streets. What do you want us to tax them? Yes, we'll take your half a shoe as payment for being in this country. Just chalk up the extra $100,000 a year, you fucking assholes. Damn, I'm a liberal. Fuck. I don't want to be a liberal. No, it's taking over. Fuck. But for real though, like these moms, like just take care of your kids. Alright? You wanted kids, you got the kids. And now you're hiring a fucking Jamaican nanny to take care of them? They're gonna grow up being like Rastafarian man. Hey yo mama. Where's the bacon? Where's the bacon, mama? It's breakfast time. Feel the rhythm. Feel the ride. It's bobsled time, mama. Like that's how your kids are gonna grow up because you like were 10 feet away from them, having them raised by a Jamaican nanny. And shout out Jamaican nannies. All right, good for them. I love Jamaican nannies. When I lived in the Upper East Side, it honestly was a weird look when I would walk around in the morning, and it was just Jamaican nannies like walking around with their kids. With white babies, white kids, and then you'd see the other moms who didn't have nannies who would like drop their kids off at daycare, and then they'd have empty strollers. And it just looked like the Jamaican nannies poached the kids from the empty stroller moms, which was kind of weird. But it was cool. Like, good. Fucking kidnap those kids from those bitch moms in the Upper East Side. In the Upper East Side, Jamaican ladies deserve those kids over those rich white moms. All right? Shout out Jamaican nannies. Jamaican me crazy. I wish I was raised by a Jamaican nanny. That'd be cool. I'd be a bobsledder. There's only the one movie. There's only one story about them being bobsledders. I don't know why I generalized that. But that's okay. Shout out John Candy. Shout out Cool Runnings. Okay? It's got one of my favorite quotes of all time. Look in the mirror and tell me what you see. I see Junior. Look in the mirror and tell me what you see. I see pride. I see power. I see a badass mother that won't take no crap off of no one. Junior. Father, look at me and tell me what you see. I see a scared little boy who doesn't know no good without his father. No, you don't, Father. I love that movie. It's great. You dead, Jules? No. Classic. Cool Runnings, John Candy. Classic. Love that movie. Probably like top 5 favorite sports movies of all time. I don't know why. But, yeah, I'm going to start doing that to people. Hyping them up. Just doing the Cool Runnings chant to them. Anytime one of the boys gets low, I'm going to do Cool Runnings to him. Like Ryan. Hey, yo, Ryan. Look in the mirror and tell me what you see. And he'll be like, because Ryan's a pussy, he'll be like, I see a pussy. And I'll be like, no, Ryan, you don't, Ryan. I see pride. I see power. I see a badass mother that won't take no crap off of no one. Ryan. Ryan. Shout out, Ryan. It's my boy. That's really one of my good friends in comedy. I love him. But sometimes he needs a little hype up, you know? I like to hype up the boys. I'll give him a little Cool Runnings hype up next time I see him. That's fair. Where was I? I don't know. Let's move on. Yeah, I don't like rich people. I mean, I think we were talking about that for a minute. But, you know, whatever. Fuck nannies. But also, shout out Jamaican nannies. Shout out Jamaicans. Sorry, I'm trying to walk my thoughts back so I can figure out where I could go with this. Jamaican nannies are cool. They like to bobsled. Yeah. You ever see like a friend change over time? I think it's kind of interesting. Like, I've seen friends. Like, I have this one. He's like a newish friend. Not a newish friend. He's an old friend from college. And I like lost touch with him, but like I see him on social media. And he went to like Delhi with me, which is a 2-year school for morons like myself. And when I was like a freshman, sophomore, he was like the most conservative guy. This is like this is pre-Trump. This is like during the Obama administration. And he hated Obama. He hated Obama so much he would say things like, I would never date a black girl. He didn't have that accent, but he should have had that accent. Those words left his lips. He said, I would never date a black girl. Which I hate when people say that. It's just like disgusting, A. B, he had a girlfriend, and I saw what his girlfriend looked like. You wouldn't date Beyonce, but you'd fucking hitch yourself to this fucking pig? What are we talking about here? It looks like you have to like fucking rope her legs together just to tie her down. Get her from fucking running around in the trough. What are we talking about? You're dating an absolute... I'm sorry, dude, but you're dating... And I know we're not supposed to talk about women like this, but he said, in the story, that is true, he said that he wouldn't date black women, therefore it's fair game to make fun of his lady. I think. His lady literally had fucking hay for teeth. Just like loose hay. Like she was deformed. And he has the balls to be like sitting there next to his chick would be like, I'll never date a black woman. Again, didn't have that accent, but like the things he was saying, he needed that accent. Oh, you wouldn't date Holly Berry? Lupita Nyong'o? You wouldn't date any of these women? But you date the fucking Monsters, Inc. character? You date a Monsters, Inc. character. You date Mike Wazowski over Holly Berry. What are we talking about here? You're a moron. All right? Having said that, I always swipe left on black chicks on Bumble because I'm afraid. Kidding. I swipe right on everyone because I have to. Because I don't really get a lot of matches, and that's a whole another story for another time. Okay? But, nah, dude, it's just weird. I don't like people like that. But that was my freshman year of college. That was weird. But I noticed this same dude, again, saying like outrageously racist shit like that. I guess him and his troll girlfriend in college broke up. And I saw on Instagram, like over time, he started dating this liberal chick. And he just transformed from being a Republican dickhead to just a liberal pussy. Just over time. And there's like little hints, like anytime I would text him or like he would check in with me or whatever, I think he would just text me liberal shit or shit that he thought was liberal. You know what I mean? Like he didn't understand the concept of liberalism, but he was dating a liberal chick, so he just like he really loved her, so he wanted to change for her. So he would just send me like liberal stuff like fucking hey dude, you want to come fuck me in the ass? And it's like what? That's not, just because you're liberal doesn't mean you're gay, dude. I don't think he got that part. He kept asking me to fuck him in the ass all the time. I was like, dude, that's not how liberalism works. All right? I'm not going to just fucking give you my piece. All right? I'm not going to go balls deep in you because you started voting to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything I own's in a box to the left. I'm not going to bang you. Stop texting me and asking. Just because you're a liberal now doesn't mean you're gay. All right? So he just thinks he's gay now because he's a liberal, but he's still in love with this chick. So I think he's like trying to start like a polyamorous relationship or something where he gets the... I think he just needs to get railed. I think he's just gay, actually. I think he just might be gay. And he's this whole conservative thing from college was just a mask so he can make his father proud. And now he found a woman who's going to turn out to be a beard, and she's opened his eyes. And he's okay with being gay, but not okay enough to just be gay. He has to pretend to be a liberal. I don't know. You guys know, sometimes I talk and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. He wants me to bang him because he thinks that's the liberal thing to do. And it's not. All right? It's not the liberal thing to do. It's not the liberal way. All right? Just go to a BLM march if they still have those or something. I don't know. Go scream about Trump on the internet. That's what liberals do. Go fucking defend Fauci or something. I don't know. I'm not a liberal. I don't know what liberals do. I'm also not a conservative. I don't know what they do. Wouldn't date a black chick. What a moron. But he wants me to fuck him. He chooses me over a black chick. That's crazy. That's insanity. That's insane behavior. What a moron. Live and let live, though. Hope he's happy. Hope he finds his man. Growing up poor, like, and I live on the North Shore of Long Island. My parents got very fucking lucky. My dad was a retired fireman, and my mom was a gym teacher. And we got lucky in 1989. We got like a nice house on Long Island. That's like all we have. So we couldn't afford like shit, and that sucked. Like I remember growing up, and this is so superficial, but I don't care. It hurt me as a kid. This hurt as a kid. Growing up, all my friends had minivans with TVs and the headsets and the headrests, and we couldn't afford the TV in the headrest van. We got a Honda Odyssey with non-automatic doors, you know? We had to pull it open to sit in the back of a van that didn't have a TV in the headrest. That's called struggling. Do you know what that's like? No, you rich fucks don't know what that's like. To have to gather around in the backseat on a family trip, driving to Maine. You have to gather around the DVD player. That's struggling. That's being poor. Okay? We didn't have the headphones, and we didn't get to lock in on a movie. We didn't have the thing that flopped down. You know? We didn't have that sort of stuff because we were poor. All right? We had the bare bones Honda Odyssey. Speaking of the Odyssey, I saw the film and I wasn't a big fan of it. Little disappointed because it wasn't as good as his other films. And that's why you have to rank him, because he puts out all these monster hits that are supposed to be better than the last film, and the Odyssey wasn't even as good as Oppenheimer, in my opinion. Get that through your skull. But yeah, dude, it was like, it's, so you guys don't get it. You guys don't know what it's like to be poor, so. You guys probably had TVs in your headrests, you know? I didn't. If we wanted to watch TV for real, when we were in the family van, we had to, like, get lucky on the road, on the highway, and find another van that was rich and they had TVs in the headrests, and then we just had to tailgate them and then watch through their back window. That's how we got to see TV on the road. Okay? You know how hard that was? My innocent mom tailgating a fucking another superior van just so we could watch, like, SpongeBob on mute. That's a tough upbringing, dude. I should have become a rapper because of that. I should have become a hood rapper. Hey, yeah, I ain't never had headrests in my TV. I ain't never had TVs in my headrests, ain't. Yo, for real though, I grew up in the struggle. I grew up in the slop. I had to chase down superior vans that had TVs in the headrests just to watch some SpongeBob on the road. For real. Growing up poor sucks. I was a yellow, let it mellow, brown, flush it down family just to save money on the water bill. Disgusting. You ever see a fucking toilet clogged with piss? Dad's a moron. Dad, just let us flush it down. It's gross. It smells like piss in all the bathrooms. James, you flushed that toilet? What was that, number 1 or number 2? I'd have to lie to him. I'd say I was taking a number 2. He thought I was just taking number 2s all the time. All right, as long as it was a number 2, that's good. He'd catch me like flushing a number 1. He'd be like, what are you doing? James, the water bill. Do you not care about this family? We're not going to be able to afford your cleats for your football game now. Fucking unbelievable. Just dumping piss into the toilets. Dumb things. Like, my dad was also a lights man. You guys ever have a lights man as a dad? And the thing about my dad being a lights man is that he was also like, if you were reading in your room and you just had like a dim like light on, he'd be like, why don't you got any light in here? But then like if you weren't reading and you had a small light on, he'd be like, James, the lights. James, the electric bill. He would just go around screaming, like mostly at me, because I was always the one leaving the lights on apparently, which I don't think I was. I think my dad just liked to single me out. James, he'd be upstairs. James, your lights are on. James, your lights, the lights. James, the lights in the basement. You left the lights on. I'd be in the kitchen using, like, cooking something or making something. James, the lights in the kitchen. Like that, I'm in the kitchen using the lights because I need to see while I'm cooking. You don't need the lights. It's 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. All right, you got enough daylight. Dad, I could barely see. The lights. The lights, James. James, were you in my room? You left my lights on. He fucking left his own lights on because he's a fucking delusional moron. James, the lights. Why are you always leaving the lights on in your brothers and sisters' rooms? This is incredible. James, the lights on the porch. You left the porch lights on. James, the lights. I was like fucking 10. My dad would leave the fucking brights on in his car. James, the lights. In the car. What were you going for, a joyride? Dad, you just got out of the car. What do you have, the memory of a goldfish? You're leaving the lights on most of the time, you moron. The lights. James, the lights. Unbelievable. That's what happens when you're poor, though. You get screamed out about the lights. Screamed out about the lights. That was fucking do anything to say. Like, fucking did. We were poor growing up. So we had to have cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner sometimes. You know, especially when we had like our house renovated, we just spent all our money on getting the house renoed. So all we could have was cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And now I have cereal for dinner, but that's just because I hate myself. It's a different thing. You know? I have Lucky Charms because I don't feel lucky. Okay, at night. I feel very unlucky. All right, I have unlucky charms. Whereas when I was a kid, I was having that to survive. But now I'm having cereal at night because I'm like, these things can't get worse. You know? But we'd have cereal, and if we'd run low on milk, there'd be like fucking like this much milk left in the carton. What would my dad do? Fill it up with water. Oh, look at that. Brand new milk. Yeah. Yeah, watered down milk. It was pretty much just the whole thing of water, just with a little touch of milk, like a splash of milk. And we were drinking water cereal. Yeah. If we're going to have fucking cereal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, let's invest in a couple gallons of milk, huh? What are we doing here? All right? It's fucking... My Count Chocula is drowning in this water. It should be floating in the milk. This is insane. This is crazy. And then my dad, like, before we got our cat Chester, my dad would always, like, we'd have cats running through, and my dad would always give the cats milk before he would give us milk in the cereal. So that's why we kept running out of milk, because my dad was giving milk to the fucking stray cats around our neighborhood over our breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Insane. Yeah, just water it down, that's all right. The dish soap gets a little low, water it down, it's all right. Back to normal. Fucking, I broke an arm. Just water it down. Fucking hit me with the hose. You're normal. You're back to normal. You're fixed. Water doesn't solve anything, Dad. Watered down milk. Disgusting. People always do weird shit like that. Something that also made me... I think this might be a normal thing, but like it's still weird to me to this day. Like whenever I got soup as a kid and it was too hot, my mom would put ice cubes in it. Is that a thing that people do? Angel, you ever do that? No. Maybe it's just me then. Like, hey, Mom, I didn't order the soup on the rocks. What the fuck are we doing here? Also, the soup is piping hot. You just watered down my soup, pretty much. Those ice cubes never stood a chance. You think they actually impacted the soup temperature? Mom, what are we doing? I want my soup neat. I want my soup neat. No ice, please. Fucking soup. I once went to a restaurant. I went to this diner, and the waitress, I shit you not, asked me. I was like, "Can I get some chicken noodle soup?" Simple order. It's already pre-made. You just fucking get the ladle. Say, I bet you guys didn't even know what a ladle was. Big brain. Get the ladle, pour it into a cup. Bing, bang, boom. Soup is served. That simple. I could go back there myself and do it if I wanted to, because I'm that talented. As a soup server. Okay, I used to work in soup kitchens. And by work, I mean I used to go to soup kitchens because I was poor. I was eating goddamn watered down cereal all the fucking time. I took it upon myself to go to a soup kitchen to get some real food. But I was at this diner, and the waitress was like, I said, I'll just have a soup, please, chicken noodle soup. And she goes, how would you like that? How would I like my soup? I don't know, fucking hot and in a bowl. What are we talking about? How do I like it? What are you in cahoots with my mom? You're going to put it on the rocks? What do you mean, how do I like it? I was like, excuse me? She was like, yeah, well, some people like their soup differently. I'm like, no, they don't. They don't. I guarantee you 100% of the people who come in here and order chicken noodle soup just want it hot and in a bowl and a discussion. What are you going to do to it? You coming in my soup, lady? I didn't even know ladies could come. You coming in my soup? I was told from very, very reliable sources that women can't come. Those sources are my brain from my past experiences. But you jizzing in my soup, lady? Is that what you mean? Is that what you're getting at? If so, top her off. Let me see what that tastes like. Let's get into it. Fuck soup. Yeah. Back to work. Took a little hiatus from work. Which is good to be back at work. I love work. I love my job. Shout out 528 Collectibles. I got this cool little canteen. From 528 Collectibles. I drink my water out of it. So I'm glad to be back at work. I used to love working as a kid. Like when I was like ages 10 to like 13. And then my dad got involved and like forced work upon me, and then he just made it less fun. And also I started drinking, so I was like, I don't want to work, I want to booze. But I used to be a little businessman as a kid. Like I remember, like even though I didn't make any money off this, it was like a wrapping paper sales competition, and whoever sold the most wrapping paper got like to pick from a catalog. Like if you sold X amount of wrapping paper, you get like a scooter or a phone, not a cell phone, but like a landline phone, or you could get like I forget what else was on the table there. There was a bunch of different prizes you could get, and it was all for charity. So you'd sell wrapping paper to people. And one of the rules was you could only sell to people you know. I said, fuck that, I'm going to sell to everyone. So on my walks home from middle school, I would just sell to every door. And I won the competition, hands down. I won. I smoked everyone because I was a little businessman. I had a little business acumen. Did I cheat in the competition technically? Yeah, but fuck you. Seacliff's a small town. I know everybody. Everybody knows me. So I sold all the wrapping paper. I was a good businessman. I was very proud of myself. And I got the phone. The phone was very cool. But my dad threw it in the trash when I was at school one day because it was running up the fucking phone bill. Another thing. Water. Can't flush the toilet. Can't leave the lights on. Can't have a phone. A landline? How am I supposed to call Carson Daly at fucking Z100 or whatever? That's what my little brother and I would do. We once got through to Z100. I don't even know if it's Carson Daly. I just said his name because that's the only name I can relate to Z100. We once got through to Z100 and we were live on air and they were like, they asked us a question and we got so scared we just hung up. We were pussies. I wish I had that moment back, dude. I would have had them play like Akon or something. But I was a good little businessman. I had a nice little small business where this sounds bad, but it was good. I was trying to make money. I was a kid. I was trying to make some cash. You know, I was a little businessman, a little entrepreneur. Okay? Me and my friends, I was the boss. I was the creator. It was my company that I created, LLC. And what we would do is we would go around town and take people's cats, just put them in my basement. A couple days later, have you seen my cat posters all over town? Reward money. Return the cat. Collect the cash. Pretty simple operation. Take cat, wait a couple days, see poster, go to the address, return cat, get cash. But I did it too many times, and people got wise. People got fucking wise. I also had a rat in our system. Fucking Jeff. God damn it, Jeffrey. He had all the potential in the world to be a good cat kid. And he threw it all away because he was like a fucking church kid. You know, he was a church kid. He liked to go to church. Didn't like to lie. Bullshit. Also made money doing chores, I guess. But like, everyone hated chores as a kid, you know? And it's fucking retarded that chores just don't go away. They're always here. Like laundry, dude. Like, I hate doing laundry. I'm actually doing it now. I'm in a lot better headspace than I was like a month ago. Long story, won't get into that. But like I would just dread doing laundry. Ever since I was a kid, my mom's been up my ass about doing laundry. She was like Jack Nicholson in The Departed. When I tell you to dump your laundry in the wash, you dump your laundry in the wash. You don't leave it where you go to give yourself a hand job every Thursday. Don't laugh. This isn't reality TV. That's what my mom would say to me every time I had to do laundry. It's like, hey, Mom, pipe down. I'll do it tomorrow. Of course, I'd say that every day until, like, I have no clothes left. So she was right. Like, chores, they never go away, and it's very frustrating. Very frustrating. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, social media is here. Shout out to Angel, the boy, back in the studio. It's good to be working with him again. And, yeah. Guys, check us out. Like, subscribe to the channel, comment, do all that stuff. And got some cool other podcasts going on with Jake Lemonade and Devin Lake. We'll get those going. Be on the lookout for those. And thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it. Later.
This is a Manhattan-bound 7 local train. The next stop is 74th Street, Broadway.